Hello, and welcome to I Am Struggling the podcast. Guys, I am really excited about today's episode. As you can tell, the girl is really good. I'm mentally okay. I am in a good mood, maybe because I'm on annual leave. Yeah, maybe. Talking about the weight and why we're still afraid to talk about mental health. Why is it a big deal for us to be open, to be honest, and have the mental health conversation? And I just say, guys, thank you so much. Oh my God, the messages, the reviews, the people who texted me, the emails, the messages, the support on Instagram, TikToks, you guys laughing at all my videos. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad that I can make you guys laugh. I'm glad that you guys understand the concept of this podcast. It really makes me very happy. And it's giving me the I need to keep going. And I love you guys so much. Thank you. And in the midst of you guys' message, someone sent me story. I was literally like, what, 2 weeks old? I got someone to share their story with me, to trust me enough to share their story with me. I see your lights. I love you. And I really appreciate the podcast out of my brain. And you guys are watching and you guys are participating. I really appreciate it. Today's episode is one that really hits home for me. It's about the stigma surrounding mental health, especially when you look around and everyone is so fine, but we all fighting silent battles. I received an email from one of our listeners, Ben, who wanted to share his story, and he's from Eastbourne, and his message really captured what many people go through quietly, the fear of being judged, and that feeling of pretending like you're okay just to survive another day. And I was just like, really grateful for this story. So if you've ever felt like you can't talk about mental health, or if you know someone who is hiding their pain behind the smile, this episode is for you. Please do well to share, support, like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, share your story with me. Like, guys, I really want to hear a story. I do care, and I'm so excited that we're doing this. I am going to be reading Ben's email to you guys. Guys, I'm so excited. So the subject of the email said, I never said this out loud before, and it said, hi Divine, listened to your last podcast, and I wasn't sure if I should write, but something about the way you talked was so open, and it made me feel like it was okay for me to share. I am 33 years old, from Eastbourne, a white British, and for most of my life I have struggled with anxiety and depression. We spoke about this last week. I have also had my struggles, though I've never called it that. I just thought I was feeling bad or not coping properly. Growing up, mental health wasn't something we ever talked about in my family. My dad used to say things like, we didn't have time to be sad when I was young, or you just had to get on with it. So that's what I did. I got on with it. Really sad. At work, I was the funny one, always joking, always making people laugh. But when I got home, the silence hit. I did sit in front of the TV for hours and not even watching it, just trying not to think so much, because I didn't tell anyone because I didn't want to look weak. People like me, white, middle class, working man, we're taught to hold it all in together, be strong, be honest, pretend like it's okay all the time. Pretending to be all the time is exhausting. Last year, it got really bad. I had what I now know was a panic attack in Tesco parking car park. I had what I now know is a panic attack in Tesco car park. I remember gripping the steering, trying to breathe, and thinking, I can't keep doing this. I found a helpline online that night, and it took me nearly an hour to convince myself to call. I kept thinking, they probably think I'm wasting their time. But when I finally did, the woman on the other line listened. No judgment, no awkward silence. She just cared. That phone call changed everything. Guys, I say this all the time, even if you live outside the UK, wherever you are, there's help available for you. I'm going to put as many helplines that I can on this video, throughout this video, so that you can call. It's a safe space. No one's going to judge you. No matter how small you or how crazy you think what it is upsetting you, is help is there. You're not alone. You're not alone. And you can always message us, and I will give you as much encouragement as I can. I'll carry on reading. I started therapy a few weeks later. At first, it felt weird, like I was betraying the voice in my head that says real men don't talk about their feelings. That is a big lie. That is a big lie. Real men talk about their feelings. Get that right. And they cry. Men cry. It's okay. Crying is a natural thing. But slowly, I realized that talking doesn't make me weak. It makes me free. Oh my God, the freedom that comes with therapy is very unexplainable. That's the word. I'm still learning. Some days are good, some days are rough. But now I check in on my mates, and if they are ever open, I make sure that they know that it's okay not to be okay. I guess I'm trying to say thank you for starting this conversation, because I know there's probably someone listening to your podcast right now that feels like I used to, trapped on the inside, scared to speak up. And if you're reading this, I just want you to know you're not broken. You're human. Ask for help. Asking for help doesn't make you weak. It actually is the bravest thing you ever do. Thank you for giving people like me a place to be heard. Ben from Eastbourne. Ben from Eastbourne, thank you very much for sending me your message. You have You have no idea how much this message means to me. It's very dear to me. The story, it's courage to write something like this. It takes you knowing yourself to say, okay, I want to share my experience, and that's what I'm doing. I'm being courageous as well to say, okay, um, let's talk about this. It's such a secret. It's such a secret. I don't know if the stigma is coming from how we were raised, or the fear of being segregated at the office, the fear of looking different. Like, maybe she's having an episode. She's depressed today. That's why she's behaving like this. Or I don't want to say this. Let her not. I don't know if that's another. I feel like that's part of the reason why there's so much stigma around mental health. Why people don't want to be real and say, "Oh my God, I am struggling," because they don't want to look crazy. And I don't think having mental health issues, it's you being crazy. You're not being crazy. You're being human. You're feeling emotions, and you're trying to see how you can express those emotions. Like, what? Sometimes you don't even know what you're feeling. Like, when I got up this morning, I was anxious about what God knows what. Like, I can't even tell you right now what I was anxious about. I can't say. So it's like, and now getting to that place where you feel comfortable enough to say, you know what, I'm struggling, and I need to know why I'm struggling. What is going on? How can I help myself? What are the necessary steps that I can take to calm down or to regulate myself? It will only happen if we're able to admit that there is actually a problem. But if we have the stigma surrounding mental health, how can we be open and honest even with ourselves? We have to be more conscious as a community about how we treat each other, how we communicate with someone. Like, of recent, I've stopped commenting on people, either like their looks or whatever, because I feel like you can express yourself how you want, it's fine. Even though sometimes like the style or whatever it is that I'm looking at doesn't really suit me, like it's not really my cup of tea. I just try not to comment, because you don't know what headspace that person is in, like it's really a very different ball game. And also I try to speak to the right people. When it comes to mental health, you can be talking to a brick wall that is not in their head. You can be talking to someone who is inadequate. They don't know enough about mental health. They think you feeling depressed or anxious or paranoid or whatever it is because you're lazy, is because you've been on your phone for so long, is because you're tired, is because we are lazy in this generation, is because this generation always has something going on. They just have a name for every sickness. Cut that person up. Don't talk to them about your mental health. You can talk to them about the sun, the moon, and the landing of the star, the astronauts, but don't talk to them about your mental health. You have to be specific about who you speak with. For me, I have two grandmas, Hale and Hattie, God bless them and keep them for a long time. One of them, I can talk to them about my mental health. And she might not be exactly like, oh, like, oh, maybe you should go to therapy. She might not say that. She might just try, like, oh, go out with your friends, pray, and stuff like that. Another one will not take it lightly. Like, she would, like, make me even panic more. Like, what do you mean you feel like killing yourself? Huh? You want to die? No, God forbid. This is the devil, my enemies. So you have to actually select who you speak to about your mental health. If you're going to go to therapy, make sure that you and your therapist have things in common. I remember talking to someone one time and she was like, she and her therapist, they grew up in two different worlds. Like, she doesn't understand certain things that have happened in her life, and she can see that when she's explaining to her therapist, she can't really fathom some things. So you have to choose someone that when you guys are talking, you guys align, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Not like you guys have similar struggles. Like, you don't want to be talking about your African life, like how you grew up in Africa, to someone who doesn't know anything about your upbringing, how you were raised, how it is to be African, what it's like being an African. You don't want to waste your time talking to someone like that. It's not going to work. It doesn't make sense. It's at all. And another thing is, when you talk to someone, don't think that person is going to give. They don't have a magic wand in their hand, like bibbidi babbidi boo, you're fine and you're going to be fine. Oh my God, return the slippers at 12. It doesn't work like that. It's a process, and you have to be very patient with yourself when it comes to your mental health. You have to know that it's okay to take your time to heal. Like, whatever it is, it's not going to just go out of the window just because you spoke to somebody, because you shared your story one time, you're going to be fine. That's not how it works. And then also, you have to stop internalizing everything. Like, everything is not your fault, babe. It's not your fault. That one is just a bonus point. It's really not your fault. And then, guys, be consistent. That's another stigma around mental health. Like, oh, I feel good. I don't think I should go to therapy anymore. I feel great, Shabana. I don't feel like I want to go to therapy anymore. You have to be consistent. If you're not consistent, you're not going to see results. If you're going to therapy, if you're talking, if you're going to gym, if whatever you're doing, you have to be consistent. And this is to me as well, because I feel like I feel better when my weight is like here, when I'm in my 60s, when I'm not almost 80 kg. I feel better, but like, I can't do without ice cream. I eat when I'm stressed. So it's really hard to stay consistent, but you do have to stay consistent, because consistency is key. Are you talking to your African parents, the same people that made you anxious or depressed, about your anxiety and depression? Seriously? BFFR. Talk to the right people. Call helplines. Don't feel shy. Don't feel like, oh, what if they're going to talk about me? And also, please, can I just say, just side note, why are you going to your office and speaking to HR about your anxiety and depression? I'm not saying that all offices are bad, but like, why are you doing that? Why are you speaking to HR about the fact that you are anxious and depressed? I'm not saying it's a secret, but like, that is not the right source. If some companies do have what I think is now called a chief heart officer, that is somebody that you can talk to about those kind of stuff. But a HR's job is not to tell you that you should not be depressed. A HR's job is not to they're not gonna do what you think they're gonna do. That's basically what I'm trying to say. I learned that the hard way. I once told my boss, like, oh, I'm really going through depression. Way after that, he has never ever. I told him that I was depressed. So you have to select who you tell about your plight, about your mental health struggles. You have to select who you tell. Don't go and start telling everybody. Don't use mental health as well as a reason why you don't want to go to work. If you don't want to go to work, say you don't want to go to work. Don't say, oh, I'm really depressed right now. You can give them your diagnosis, I guess. Like, if you have been diagnosed with maybe severe depression or anxiety or whatever the case may be, you might let them know. But like, in general, like, don't get so comfortable talking to your boss or HR at office thinking that, oh, they're there for you. I learned that the hard way. Also, the fear of being judged will kill you. My mom says, even if you turn your head upside down and you are working on your head for people to say, oh, look at this one. She thinks she's better than everybody. She's working on her head. That is how people think. They're never gonna be like, oh my god, you're so supernatural. Like, even when you watch like all these movies, like superheroes, super villains, whatever it is, at some point people still hate them. Oh, you think you're so cool. Oh, Captain America saving the day. People are going to talk. No matter what you do, people are gonna talk. People are going to judge you. It's left for you to choose you all the time. You're your main priority. I tell my family, like, when it comes to me, I confess. Like, when I hear the word divine, you're so selfish. I love it. I love it because you want me to, is it you that you want me to live for? I can't live for you. I can't. I live for only Jesus. And that is because he lives for me every day. He can die for me. You that cannot die for me. Why should I care what you talk about me? Why should I care what you say about me? Oh, she's always so sad. She's always so depressed. She's always posting sad quotes. Okay, sorry. You that are strong. Huh? Superman. You got everything intact. Clap for yourself. Stand up. Standing ovation. When the world needed saving, the last avatar disappeared. That is you. There's no need to pretend because people are still going to talk. People are still going to treat you how they feel like they want to treat you. Well, your major priority is you. You. Be careful. Culturally, there are things that we need to drop as well. Whether when I speak culturally, I'm not just talking about African community. I'm talking about the white community as well. Like, being depressed does not mean that you're crazy. No, it means that you're struggling and you need help before you get to a worse state. Before it gets worse, get the help that you deserve. Get the help that you need. You're not going to go and sit down and try to explain your pain, like I said, to either your African parents, your African auntie, people that don't know anything, people that have not done research about mental health, people that think that mental health is a Gen Z thing. Why are you going to go and explain yourself to those people? You're wasting your time. It's like trying to make a rock into rainbow. No, that's not gonna happen. So vulnerability is strength. Being vulnerable is strength. You are strong enough to express yourself and say, you know what, I am struggling and I need help. That's strength, because many people wouldn't admit that. I know for a fact that it took me years to even say, okay, yeah, I'm anxious. I was having the worst panic attacks when I was in secondary school, the worst one that I even needed inhalers sometimes. I would be out of breath having a panic attack. I would faint having a panic attack. But to admit it, hey, God forbid, I cannot accept all these things. No. You have to remove yourself from those kind of situations, my dear. People say, we don't care. Look at somebody like Ben. As when he was a child, that's when his dad was like, oh, when we were young, we didn't have time to be depressed. We didn't have time to cry. We just used to get up and do it. And then you'll be thinking to yourself, like, oh, am I weird for feeling this way? Maybe during their time, they were depressed or sad, but they didn't know what that was. Or they didn't have, times have changed. And you can feel some type of way. Because tell me, if you guys were not depressed, why were you guys drinking so much? Why were you guys marrying so many wives? Why were you guys having so many children? Why were you guys, you guys were not acting like people who were 110% mentally all right. Clock it. It's just the truth. If you like think about a lot of things that happened, like the wars and like people getting killed, the way people got killed, everything that happened in the era that I'm glad I wasn't born in. If you guys were mentally okay, would you have done that? Addiction to drugs, it didn't start in this generation. Many people, politicians, whatever you can call them, they use performance enhancing drugs as at that time to deal with what we now know is anxiety. So don't let anybody tell you that anxiety is a new thing, depression is a new thing, schizophrenia, whatever it is, it's not a new thing. They just didn't have the knowledge that we do now. And the knowledge we have now is what's going to save us. First of all, I'd like to say thank you so much to Ben for sharing your story of bravery with us. We really, really appreciate you. Thank you to everyone that's been a part of this community. Please send your stories to the email on your screen at the I am struggling the podcast at gmail.com. Send us a DM as well at I am struggling underscore podcast on Instagram, and follow us on TikTok at the same handle. It's I am struggling underscore podcast everywhere. And I do post funny content on TikTok, so I'm sure you guys will like that. And if you like, share, leave a comment. I think I unknowingly off the comments on my last video, but I'll open it this time because I want to hear you guys' points of view as well. Remember, vulnerability is strength, and speak your truth, girl. Speak your truth, baby. Might change lives. You just might make my day by sending your story. I'm Divine, and this is I Am Struggling the podcast. Till we meet again, take care. I love you, and you're cute. You're wonderful. You're beautiful. You're lovely. You're an amazing person. And this is not the end of you. This is the best years of your life. You're gonna get through this. You're not gonna be depressed forever. You're not gonna be sad forever. This is not. It doesn't control you. This doesn't control you. You're greater than this. Okay? And your mental health is your responsibility. Love you. Kisses. Bye.